Welcome back to Ozarks Tonight. Well, today it seems we are all paying extra attention to our physical health, but it's also important to keep in mind our mental and emotional health. Well, every day now something is changing. Our daily routines are constantly being adjusted. Uncertainty can cause some stress and anxiety, and it can be worse for someone who's already dealing with anxiety or depression in their lives. But there are ways to mediate it and navigate this temporary situation we are in. So we are hearing today from Dr. Alok Jain. He is the medical director at Eustasis Psychiatric and Addiction Health in Springfield, and Brianna Jain, the CEO there. Thank you all so much for being with me today.
Thank you, Jennifer, for inviting us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate your time. So the first question I have for you is, how can something like this pandemic we're dealing with, constant information coming in, it changes every day, how does a sudden change in our routines and a constantly changing routine affect the body, the brain, causing anxiety and stress?
People who are already predisposed to anxiety disorder or depression, they are particularly vulnerable. So in DSM-5, there's a condition called adjustment disorder with depression, anxiety. So you could make a case that on a large scale basis, a lot of us are dealing with that because we did not expect that we would have to do social distancing, quarantine, and dealing with the sheer uncertainty, not only of physical illness, but also a lot of economic uncertainty. Currently, people are very scared about whether they will have a job to go back to. A lot of people, like a lot of places are shut down and all. So that's putting a lot of uncertainty and stress. So the way human body reacts with this is by secreting cortisol, which is like a stress hormone. So there's going to be an elevation of cortisol. And on a short-term basis, we can handle it, but when it becomes chronic stress, then it starts causing some damage to both our brain and body. And similarly, there's higher risk of depression because people are isolated. It is very important for people to have a sense of purpose and a sense of personal connection.
Now, Dr. Jain, this is something that we see in everybody, right? Doesn't matter what age you are. Kids are also seeing their routines change a lot. They might not really understand why, but they're not going to school anymore. With social distancing, they might not be seeing their friends as much. And also with our elderly population, this is anxiety and the stress that you were talking about. This can affect anyone, correct? Any age?
Absolutely, absolutely. And kids are certainly very vulnerable as much. And in case of kids, you are not necessarily going to notice an overt expression of anxiety or depression. Kids are going to manifest it differently than adults do. Adults have much more cognitive resources and they're able to express what they are going through. Kids, they would manifest behavior. So they may become more irritable, they may start acting out, or they may become withdrawn. So it is very important for parents to involve their children into a frank discussion of what we are going through, and not to minimize the problem, but at the same time reassure them and give them a sense of safety and security and address their behavioral concerns.
What are some tips that you have for parents to deal with their children now if they are showing some of those symptoms you talked about, and for parents for themselves as well, and for all of us who are still working, maybe even for healthcare workers who still have to go to work, and I'm sure the stress they're dealing with is probably more than the average person who is being asked to stay at home. What are some tips that we can do at home, that we can do if we're still going to work, to deal with this anxiety and stress that you might have for us?
So studies have shown that people who exercise regularly, they have a lower risk of depression and anxiety. So unfortunately, almost all the gyms are closed, but with the weather getting better, it is important for us to take some time and go out and go on walks or do as much physical activity as possible, because exercise has been shown to have a direct relationship with stress and depression. Exercise not only increases norepinephrine and dopamine level, it also reduces excess cortisol. And excess of cortisol, as I alluded to earlier, not only has a damaging effect on your body, but also on your mind. there's an area of the brain called hippocampus, which mediates explicit memory, and excess level of cortisol, like we find in soldiers who are dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. They have damage to that area of the brain that can cause memory problems. So it is important to do a lot of exercise. It is important to be conversant with the actual facts and not to catastrophize the situation. We all need to have a sense of optimism and hope. People should make sure that they are not spending a lot of time just watching news mindlessly and getting stressed out. While it is important to keep up with the news, we need to have a very fact-oriented outlook. And we need to have frank discussions with our children and advise them of the facts. And just know that the most important thing somebody can do at this time is to keep their hope and optimism up. The worst possible thing is to lose hope. And we will come out ahead of this.
We've been emphasizing resilience with our patients and letting them know that, they're especially equipped to deal with this in a lot of ways because they've already established resources in their healthcare providers. They have resources in the community to rely on during times of anxiety. And many of them have already overcome great obstacles in their lives. And so we remind them that they will overcome this too. And I think as a society, if we're able to band together and realize that, in a lot of situations, people deal with them solely by themselves. In this situation, we're dealing with it together. And even though we can't be together at this time, we are all going through similar forms of stress as a society, and we will get through this.
Those are great reminders. In talking about resilience, you mentioned a sense of purpose and connection, even though we are practicing social distancing. Also, the message with your business, eustasis, is the optimal balance of emotion. I really like that. So thank you all for your time, your insight.
You're welcome, Jennifer. Thank you.
We'll be right back with more right here on Ozarks Fox.